Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again, and I'm in this wonderful city, my hometown, Itta Bena, Mississippi, thousands of miles from Minnesota. My significant other wanted to spend some time with her mother on Mother's Day, and I must say it's been an absolute pleasure. But I wanted to talk with you today about things that perhaps you've noticed as well, and that is that we give the devil all kinds of credit. It appears that in our society today, if you want to be rich, if you want to have a prosperous life, if you want to enjoy that life, if you want to live the way you've always dreamed of living, it seems as though the way to do that is going to end up being on the devil's terms. And maybe if you have some question about what devil terms means, I could tell you that later. Or you can check some of my other videos out and learn. But it seems that way. I was talking the other day, and I was to my sister, and I mentioned some things that that people are usually confronted with in life, and how sometimes they can turn their way of action around. One day they might do something one way, and another day they do it another way. And each time they do it for the better of the event. My sister told me, don't say certain things that the devil might hear me. And what she was signifying was that if you say some things that are kind of improper, that the devil will hear you and will cause that to happen for you and rob you of truth, and thereby getting the glory for themselves, getting you to trust in the devil. And I'm thinking to myself, how is it that it appears that the devil seems to be able to meet all your needs? You look at all the rich people, look at all Beyonce, them, look at all of the entertainers, look at all the stars, look at all the people who engage in stuff that bring laughter and contentment, supposedly, or blindness to the people. All of these people are raining down in money and all the other things that are important in life that people seem to be very insignificant if you view it by the way they receive payment. And so you're just sitting there and you're saying, why is it that this stuff you can, and when you get to talking about God, who supposedly made everything and the giver of all, but you can only receive these kind of earthly desires and rewards after you die. That's the message that we get from the human race. And I'm thinking, why is that? And my conclusion is that it's nothing but one of those tricks that have been played on us for so long. I found myself the other night, I wish, ladies and gentlemen, you don't really know it. You've heard me say it, but you don't really know it. But as spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people, this is a title I gave to myself because I can see what my needs, what my desires, what my wants are. They are many. And I see those same ones in each and every last one of you. And as I would want those things to be real and experience them in my life, then I associate that for you as well. And so when I think about life, I think about not just my dream. I think about all of our dreams. And because I do, I know most of you don't have time to do that, and most of you just don't do that. So I have to try to do what I do to go out and inspire you to dream, to aspire, to know that things are possible, that they are not that hard. We've only been deceived, and if we believe in truth, that we can free ourselves. But that seems to be a thing that requires money to go to these various cities, to go to these various towns, these various states, to try to create environments for people to at least come out and get the message. Do something. You know, you gotta seemingly put stuff on the tube, because if it comes on the tube, people stand a chance of believing it a little bit more than others. We've been trained and conditioned to receive messages like this. And yet, I find myself asking God, I can't go in that place. I can't do anything, it seems. So, I know you don't deal in money, but you do miracles, and these are things others really can't deal in. So, if I need this, if I'm doing your will, is it some way possible that I can get some money? Because I sure want to share the great news that you have shared with me through spirit with the rest of the world. I know they don't know it because I didn't know it. I didn't know it. And I had to get it through revelation. How great would it have been to have received the message through just normal processes? Anyway, these, ladies and gentlemen, were thoughts that I was having. And then I'm asking myself, and as I'm asking myself, then the Spirit speaks right back to me. And this is what it says. It basically says that people have said that money is the root of evil. That most of the people who possess a lot of money got it through evil means. And if money is the root of evil, then anything that is founded, its existence is predicated on the availability and access to money, whatever it is, regardless of whatever the pursuit is, it is as illegitimate as the money that is its founder. So if God is good, and the reason that I am without money is because perhaps what I represent could be truth. You say to yourselves, you look at preachers who have mansions and jets and can go anywhere they want to go to tell the people anything. And then I'm looked about me and I'm reminded that these ministries really have no purpose as far as the rest of humanity is concerned. And the evidence is in the fact that what does it do for the poor? What does it do for the downtrodden and those suffering throughout the world? Oh, a box of hand-me-down Goodwill clothes, a food shelf, nothing but a bandage on a situation that is constant. So what does it really do for the people who would hope in what it supposedly represents? So I'm here still thinking. And the Spirit says, so if I'm representing God, and God is so good, then it should not be founded on money. It should be founded on truth. It should be founded on the spirit of what it represents. And what does it represent? It represents that all things belong to God. Nothing belongs to human beings anytime. I don't care what kind of systems you come up with, what kind of ideas you come up with, nothing belongs to human beings. Everything that is in existence was created by a power we can't see, we can't touch it, we can't feel it, we can't smell it, we can't do anything with our senses, but recognize its effect. And what we see is a world, an earth, more specifically. And we have learned to understand that in existence are things above the earth, on the earth, in the earth, seen and unseen, that are absolutely necessary in the creation and manifestation of the things that have been created and manifested. All extracted from this great Mother Earth. And it had an enabler, a human who had been endowed with gifts of talents and desires and aspirations that would allow them and direct their paths in their own fulfillment and joy, knowing that they can participate in the creation of life for one another. And they indulge themselves, and together they create all of this wonderful manifestation. This, my friend, a gift of God, people who came into the earth, bringing nothing with them, who die, taking nothing with them, letting all know that everything belongs to the Maker. And the Maker had made it in such a way that it is preserved. And I don't care what kind of system we come up with, it cannot deny truth. And so, knowing this, you have the ability to recognize that you are a family, one family. And it is by the power and the strength of the family that makes it possible for this dream, for this paradise, for this utopia that we dream about, even if it's just in another life. It is possible. And I want you to know today, ladies and gentlemen, it is possible today. but the power lies in our hands. And the power is based upon an understanding that God is the maker and owner of everything, and that we are just a creation of God, and that we can experience what we see God to be by the power of us allowing God to live in us, treating one another as we would want to be treated by one another, or as we would desire to be treated by God. And we become that to one another. And whoever has been seeking after money as a solution to all things will not. And it will be because they recognize the truth that behind the money is an enemy to you and God. And now this truth can set you free. Let's get busy, ladies and gentlemen. All of the various ways that you can think of to make this come true, absent violence, is open to you. Bye-bye. The rain is now began.